Hi there. Today I want to talk about some mind shift which happened in my mind in last 6 months. I think this video can help you if you want to still hold your career in IT industry, if you want to still hold your position in IT industry. I think we have to talk about something. We have to talk about huge shift which is already there, and I think coding will never be the same again. Let me ask the question at the beginning of this video: do you still writing code per hand? Because it's a huge shift. Software industry is changing really fast, and you can either be in this cohort which is evolving, which is going with the change, or you can either be in this cohort which is like denying this change and saying like, I will never use AI to write my code. Because let me tell something, I was the same like 4, 5, 6 months ago. I was thinking like AI is taking joy from my work. Even last video, which I will post here or here, told that I need some AI break. I think during the Christmas time, during the New Year's Eve and a little bit earlier, I had time to play with those tools. I had time to learn those tools better. I had time to use those tools really in production, even on my work environment and also my private projects. And I can tell you something, that this startup innovation isn't coming anymore, is already there, in my opinion. So the employment market is really tight right now because companies are no longer hiring hands to write code. They want to hire brains, so people who know how to solve problems by using not only code, but using available tools which we already have within our hands. And I tell here about agents, about coding tools like Cursor, like Cloud Code, like Open Code. Tools like this, you have to learn how to use them. Otherwise, you will fall behind and your career is really in danger if you are not accepting this and if you are not willing to learn those tools to use them in production or everyday job. And in my opinion, nowadays it's a new hireable standard. I mean, there are new set of skills which you need if you wanna still able to move within the industry. I will tell you my example. I mean, right now, if someone will come to me and I will take participation in some hiring process, like interviewing new candidates to my company, one of the first questions which I will ask would be, did you ever build your own agent, or did you ever use AI tools? How are you using AI tools in your everyday job? Because it's crucial. Really, I can tell you this is crucial skill nowadays. Yeah. So stop running up to the hill and address this AI skeptic within you. And if you are saying I will never use AI, in my opinion, you are just fighting gravity and you lost. You already lost. If you're thinking like this, that you will never use AI, I think gravity will just pull you down. So the Cursor Cloud paradigm, I mean, being hireable today means being deeply engaged with tools like Cursor or Cloud. And it's not about cheating, it's about velocity, which these tools giving you. Yes, if your company is allowing you using those tools, please do this as fast as possible. I can tell you today, because it is really game changer in your everyday job. And I think you have to realize that those tools like Claude or Cursor, they are not only chatbots, they are really programmable components which you can involve in your everyday processes. Yes, you can bend them whatever you want. I mean, you can set them however you want, and they are really capable to help you in your everyday job if you will know how to set them properly. I will probably address more videos on my channel right now on those topics, because I'm using those tools every day. I'm trying to evolve myself. I'm trying to immerse myself also in techniques, how to use them properly. So just subscribe my channel if you want to see content like this, because I will show you how I'm using those tools in everyday job, what kind of techniques I'm using to use those tools to being more like faster and better programmer. And corporate lag today, I think those companies which like doing digital transformation, let's say, and which are doing this really slow, they will be gone in few years, because while they are doing this digital transformation, let's say, and moving slowly, there are small teams of people who are building modern first companies, and that will disturb those huge corporations which are falling behind this trend. So if you are within your environment, I encourage you, you should push idea of using AI tools within your environment. It's not only matter of your career right now. I think it's also matter of if your company will survive on the market or not at all. You should be first angel in your company who is giving the slide and saying everyone around you like, hey guys, you should use those tools because look how this is helping me. You can be like sign for them. You can be like example for them and show them how to use those tools. And now let me break down, I think, 4 core skills which you will need in 2026, or even 5, which are coming in my mind. And I think you should focus yourself right now. If you didn't do this yet, I think you should focus yourself on evolving and getting experience in those skills. So first, if you are already programmer, you are in great position, I think, today, because you have this understanding what memory is, what pointers are, how AI generated code handles data structures under the hood. So you are already in privileged position. You're already understanding what linked list is and stuff like this. So you already have really huge advantage about people who are don't knowing this, or about people which are not technical at all. The second stuff is you have to understand what the inferencing loop is. Yes, so understanding the thought process of the model, how the chain reasoning stops to get complex results, how those models are working under the hood. I think this is also really important skill which you should also focus your attention in this year. And third idea which I have, I think statelessness for models. Yes, so the server has no memory. LLMs, they have no memories at all. You must understand how to manage the state in AI-driven development and AI-driven environments, and where every call is independent. I encourage you to try to work with those models as every call should be independent. So try to do this mind shift and think how to make those model calls in some kind of loop, or provide some memory only necessary to do given task in given moment. I also went this road. I started from using those chatbots like chat windows, like GPT showed us to use this at the beginning. But then I realized if I gave more context, and the context window is getting full, those models are not really helping me. They are doing some stupid things. And then I started to dig deeper, and then I started to dig into ideas like Ralph Wiggum loops and stuff like this, creating some bash scripts for myself, doing smaller prompts, doing smaller agent MD files. And then I recognized that those models are really smart, where they have really small context window, and if you are not using the full context window capacity, but you are staying below around like 30-40%, the skills of those models are much better in this case. So please, also one of the skills, understand statelessness of those models and try to use them as a one shot. Next skill, I think, which is really important, tool calling. Yes, I think this is the superpower of the models. You're teaching an LLM to use an API, search through your DB or execute code. This is how you move from this consumer mode, chatting mode, to action producer mode, to builder mode. I think industry today needs builders, needs people who know how to build agents. And I highly encourage you, learn how to create tools for those models, how tool calling is working under the hood, stuff like this. And the last thing, which I think is really important, and I also giving and like diving deep into this topic last days, it's agent architecture. I think learning how to build an agent, an autonomous loop that can plan, use tools and self-correct himself, it will be huge skill. If you are able to build agent which is set up to your working environment, your project, your customer needs, your like team way of working, I think it will be huge. You will be gold mine for company, and you will be also this little shining object for all of your team members, which can show the way how people can work today with those models. So one of the last thoughts is invest in yourself, please. If you want to survive on this market, invest time, invest energy. And because this divide is widening every day and it's getting to be really fast, and the rest are being fired to keep the AI augmented engineers on the market. So if you will not be AI augmented engineers, your position is really in danger nowadays. Let me tell this. And the cohort of the informed ones, you should join this group. You should look people who are building agents. You should look group of people who are really enjoying using AI tools and who are really building stuff with AI models, LLM models. Yes. So one of the actionable advices which I have is like, don't wait for company to train you. By then, I think it's too late. If you wanna wait for your company to put money, to put budget to train you, it will be too late. Let me tell this. I mean, build a model first project in this weekend, today, after this video. This will give you much more competitive advantage than anything else what I can tell you today. So try to use those models, try to build your own agent, your own coding engine. There are a lot of tutorials like this in internet. Go through them, try to do this by yourself, and then tweak this model a little bit to your needs. Tweak this model a little bit to your project. Tweak this model a little bit that he knows how how you would like to architecture your project, how you would like to write code in your project. So as a summary right now, I think final thought which I have for this video is like, the goal isn't to be a software engineer anymore. It's to be a problem solver who happens to use code, and AI is as their primarily levers to do this. So I've listed the skills. Please pick one, tool calling or agent loops or whatever you want, and master this skill in this weekend. Subscribe if you're ready to, if you are ready to stay hireable in this market. I will try to show you in another videos how to do this in practice, how I'm using those tools in practice. Please don't run back up the hill with AI. Ride the wave down. Don't go up to the hill, because it will be really hard for you to maintain your work. Remember that the server and LLMs have no memory, and if you don't understand that, your agents will fail. So please also think about it if you are creating your own agents. And I think we are moving from writing syntax to managing inferences, and model first companies are right now already eating the world, while corporates are still sitting in meetings. So I think this huge shift is already there, and please don't stay back. Thanks for listening. I wish you good luck. I wish you a nice day, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.